So what's up? It's better. Fuck. I'm not comfortable. Alright, so welcome back to day 74, I think. I'm not too. I think it is. Or 73, it's one of the two. Alright, so without further ado. By the way, we need this, but forget this. It's quite a lot of money, but it doesn't matter. Forget this. Um, so first things first, we're gonna head over to training. This is what we're gonna do right now. So my anticipation was with this one, like just before I started this, obviously, because this is a 1 minute time frame. So 1, 2, 3 minutes ago. Actually, have I made? Let me make this a bit smaller. Okay, so the anticipation was that price would come into this zone, and this is, by the way, this would have made me a lot of money. I could have traded this just now. This is basically how I trade. So I wait for zones like this to get hit. I wait for this fractalized WMB, but like there's a lot of ways where people can say what's the fractalized WMB. They could basically say this is, and then we got the very good below here, and then all we're really doing is waiting for price to come back above this, and then confirm this low whatever gets created, protect this as your high, and target wherever is low. But I don't do that. I use wick, right? So I have my zone, right? This wick taps into the zone. It comes up, it comes down, right? What happens? This wick mitigates this MV, right? Because this was an up move, which also caught up move down, which, as everybody knows, anything that goes up and comes back down, right, basically validates an MB. And then what you're waiting for in the next one is, so basically these two lines, the best way to show you, these two lines, like that, right, perhaps, something like that. What it actually looks like, right, what those two lines look like, is something along the line of this, right, and then obviously it comes down. And then you're basically entering here, and you're protecting this high. So your entry's here, right, which is essentially here, or here, depending on which one you want to do, close or whatever. And your stop loss is here, just like this, and your profit taken is going to be right here. And yes, we could have taken this, and this would have given us a risk reward of, this will hit full TP, 3.62, right? So about $1,700 profit on this one. And sure, you don't get these setups all the time, but when you do get these setups, you take them because you know that this is how you trade. Well, this is how I trade. And I was actually on a call with someone today, and he was basically trading, and I was just watching because I didn't need to trade. Like I've already done my trades for the day, with a decent amount of profit today. So me personally, I don't need to take trades. I'm fine. This will hit full TP, by the way. This will go below this. But like he was just basically looking for trades to take and stuff like that, and I think he was trying to trade UJ. So, oh shit, this was I was expecting price to come down. I know it filled basically this area, which is this higher time frame MB, which almost mitigated, it didn't. But as we know, zones can be like that, but yeah. So regardless, I didn't think it was gonna fuck me. Generally, didn't think that was gonna happen. I think he was looking for some shitty trades. I don't even know. He was looking for some ugly trades. But he lost a couple, and I told him like not to do what he was about to do, and then he did it. I was like, "Come on, man, you know better than this." And his strategy is essentially like I don't see how people trade this shit, but essentially, you have this candle, and this candle. This is three candles, right? And then you have in between this the top of this candle and the bottom of this candle, and then what you have is this imbalance or fair value gap. And I do know about fair value gaps, and I know that typically when they get hit, they will reject. But that doesn't mean you're going to start to make a shit ton of money, because all you're doing is relying on this to be used. All you're doing is hoping price comes in and does that. But sometimes it could just do that. Because if market's coming up into a fair value gap, like comes down and then it starts to come up, it's just going to trade through that shit. No, sure, it rejected and then it took this liquidity, right? But then eventually, as you can already tell, this uptrend, this institutional play, sort of, or higher time frame, is to liquidate this high, and which put in this low, probably put in this low, I don't even know yet, which also put in this high, right? And we already knew we were bullish from here, so yeah, essentially what I'm saying is, it's not rocket science, but yeah, the way he was trading was a little bit sus. Like, even for me, like, okay, what about this one then, right? And this is what I was trying to question him, like, what if you have something like this, right, where here's your fair value gap, so in between this candle and this candle, which gives you this, right? Price comes in, right? Say you take a short off of this, stop loss above this high, you're basically taking a trade that looks like this, right? Let's say you take it from 50% equilibrium or whatever bullshit, right? And you protect this as your high, right? And you start to target these as your lows, right? Like, it looks so shit. Why would you enter that? Like, you know what I mean? This just makes no sense. Is this hit full TP? It hasn't yet. Jesus. That pretty much sat on this line. So if we did take this trade, we wouldn't have actually taken profit. We would have actually lost. Jesus. Damn, bro. That would have been the craziest loss I've taken. But it's not over until it's over. Right? But by this momentum and this swing high breaking, this low mitigating this MB, breaking this high, anticipation, yeah, to take this high up here, and to probably take this high, to potentially come into this zone. That's just how I see it right now. So potentially we could have been taking this low, would have been a smart choice to take profit. Maybe I know that for future or something. I'm always learning, so I don't really give a shit. Plus, it's not like I put money on this trade, so I don't really care. But yeah, we have lost this one. It happens, is what it is, at the end of the day. It's not the end of the fucking week. But yeah, this one will break. This one probably will break above this high. My expectation. With all that momentum, yeah, for sure. For sure. But if it doesn't, then somehow we manage to come back down here, and then that's ridiculous. Tell YouTube I said hi. Ice-T said hi. Yeah. So this one will most likely come and take this high now, by the looks of things. Forget about this. This is probably just trying to mitigate more orders down. Oh shit! Why did I just do that? This is probably just to come down and mitigate orders to come smash through this, and probably this, and then come up to these highs. And then obviously with all that momentum, we're probably not even going to hold this zone. We're probably just going to take its liquidity. I mean, it is bearish, so we are still overall looking for sales from over here. This could just be liquidity again, or this could hold. I don't really see that as an institutional play either. I see that more as just a fucking shitty play. We did break it, but what was the high that broke it? Technically this one, but actually yeah, technically that one. Bang, yeah, technically that one, but the actual MB that broke it was this one. So basically, the expectation is on this higher time frame, on this 15-minute, price to come in, and then start to come down like that, and then obviously take this low, south side, liquidity. That is the expectation, right? Pretty much. Hold on, let me message back. Right. Although this shit's crazy. fucking GU is crazy as fuck. Like, I mean, like I said at the start of the video, my expectation was that it was going to come up. We had this beautiful strategy, this beautiful sell, and we didn't manage to take the liquidity. So maybe it can, but I would probably just be looking for buys off of this if it holds. If it doesn't hold, then yeah, it will take this low. So everything I've been saying probably invalidates for now. But if this zone holds, potentially buys to take these highs. Not rhymed, wow. But yeah, that's just essentially it. So yeah, we got some bullish momentum here, beautifully. And then we got some big sells coming in. Let's have a look. I just want to see how this actually plays out, to be fair. Because right now, it's a bit of a 50-50. But if I was trading this, yes, I would still be in my trade. So this was my original trade, as I said earlier. Entry was essentially here. Stop loss was right here. And my target was here. This is my trade to begin with. And we never hit profit. We broke the zone. Okay, not good. So we probably are taking this low now, by the looks of things. Just an observation, obviously, but I did think we were bullish just because we broke the swing high. But perhaps, I mean, it was bullish actually. I would say that. Even on this 1 minute, we had this swing high, right? We broke it. We created this low, mitigated, broke this high here, and then obviously we came back down into the zone, but we didn't hold. So now, yeah, we will break this low. And the good thing is as well with this trade, even though we entered here, we ran it right underneath our take profit and then almost to our complete stop loss. That doesn't mean shit. The only thing that means shit is win or lose or win, right? And if it comes here, we win. If it comes here, we lose. Has it hit any one of those areas yet? No. Our expectation was that it's going to come and break this, but it hasn't. Instead, it's actually managed to come back down just at that supply zone, which is actually very. I hate trig. Oh, yeah, bro, fuck that. I ain't good with math or anything like that. Math confuses me a lot, but the only thing I can do in math is trade. Like probabilities and all that bullshit. That's the only thing I can do. Percentage, probability ratio. That's all you need. That's all you fucking need in life. You don't need all the bullshit. I just wanted to hit full TP. It's gonna happen all at once. There it is. Liquidate the fuck out of them. Go on. Take them. Take the fucking liquidity from these cunts. Okay, cool. Cool. So that was a 1 to 3.6. Beautiful trade. Nice $1,700 to $1,800 profit on that. I'm gonna take. EU. I don't really trade EU that much. I think I traded one earlier, actually, though. But I think I lost. Yeah, I took this one earlier and I lost. But I took GU earlier. So I took, obviously, this one now, which at full TV, but there was another one earlier, I believe. Was this in the morning? Yeah, 10:50 in the morning. It was actually 11:50, which was like, yeah, 11:50, which was one of the charts. Started to take some trades, so I took this one, and I think I took this one first. 10:45 and then 10:49. Yeah, so this one was just shortly after I took this trade. But again, we had our beautiful setup. We had we had this structure here, right? But again, if we just looked, I mean, we don't have to be looking to the left to just see what happened, but we can clearly see what happened, right? Okay, we have these zones that we're going to be selling from anyways, right? But what do we have? We have this right here, right? And what do we have? This breaking liquidity. You could either use it as this, right here, or this is just liquidity creation, right? Because it didn't really liquidate much, because then it just created more liquidity down here, and they basically broke some structural high, right? I don't think it made any orders, unfortunately. And then it started to just come through, break this high. So the expectation is that basically this low orders from here, right at this level to this level. So as you can see, we moved the mouse here, had a nice reaction and then went down. But again, we all know that if something's going down, that is what you just call the reaction point, right? Which is basically this point here. That's the reaction point. Just to become that extension, which basically means you get shit on. But yeah, so we kind of knew we were most likely selling from these zones, and then as soon as we hit this bigger sort of supply, and it started to reject, at that point, right at that fucking point, I was looking, okay, what do I have? Right, we had this supply zone right here, to right here. Right, this was the up move, the last up move, this right here, last up move that broke and created or validated our ME, technically double ME. Right, so when price comes in, right, and it rejects like this, it could go like that for sure. But if we didn't have our entry requirement, then we couldn't have taken it. But luckily when we got the retest, we had the move up, this breakdown, this move up, again mitigated this WMB, and then what happened? We just sold. Easy as fuck. And where were we targeting? Oh, we were targeting these lows, by the way, for sure. We knew we were taking these lows, because it was bearish, we knew it. And obviously it's a bit more consolidation, but yeah, overall it started to go down. Because we knew. If you can understand the market direction, on whatever it is, like if you can understand, this is institutional play, by the way. If you can understand this institutional sort of moves and plays, then you can understand that this structure, this is just internal, this doesn't mean shit, right? This is internal, no one fucking cares about anything in between, right? Because when you look at it, all you really have, and you could probably even refine this or make it even bigger, and even like a 1 hour, right, where we could essentially just click and do real quick, right? And then what we could do is we could go back to the 1 hour real quick, and you'll see right now what I mean about institutional, like properly, like usually it's the 1 hour you look at, maybe the 4 hour. 4 hours doable as well, which is basically this, right? And your this is the institutional play more or less, or maybe even the daily. I think daily would be more valid, in my opinion. So yeah, daily. And this is what big money does, like beyond me and your comprehension of how much these fuckers are playing with. Like these guys are putting in ridiculous amount of money. You think we're putting in 100k or even a mil is a lot? Nah, these fuckers are multi-billion. These institutions and stuff like that, right? And you know, they are the market movers as well for sure. But institutionally, what is the order flow? Right now, sure, we have these right here, and I'm sure inside of this, the institutional play would obviously be like this. But actually, even though that is kind of the play on this higher time frame on the 1 day, actually, this liquidity was broken from where? From this low, right? Bearish. This high will not get taken. This low, technically this low, will get taken, right? What do we get? This orb move into what? Supply. What do we get? The breakdown, break, right? Bearish, break up, break down, right? Now could it, like where is price action right now? Currently here. Can it go like this? Sure it can. It can definitely do that. Nobody fucking knows what it's doing as of like right fucking now, but we already know that on this institutional field, that's what they're trying to do with it. Now if you look at this on a 1 week, or even on a 1 month, now this is a bit more, like, again, everything's still the same by the way, in terms of institutional order flow. And sure, Over here we're dating back to the 1970s, right, which is a long time ago. But again, everything still applies. We have this high, and this low, right? So institutionally, we had this, or in fact, my bad, this, or you could just have it as this, right? And where are we looking to take? This, which we kind of whip below, but we're looking to take it, right? There's enough room. There's definitely enough room, but yeah, essentially that's how it is. But again, GU, that's just essentially the pound against the dollar. So £1 is equivalent to $1.2, and usually the pound was a lot stronger, meaning pound used to be up here, meaning £1 equals $2, right, or whatever. But now they're pretty much 1 point what? It's 1.2 at the moment, I think. So it's not that strong as a currency, the pound against the dollar. But yeah, it could always come down to take the dollar. So basically, the US dollar becomes more powerful or stronger than the pound. If that makes sense. So that would mean that we could have like £2, and then that would be equivalent to like $1. If that makes sense. But yeah, that's obviously GU. That can be for any pair, but it doesn't really make any difference. It doesn't mean shit to me. But yeah, I'm probably gonna end this video, I think. I'm trying to look for another entry potentially, just of how I take trades. So again, we were looking for sales from this zone. We broke down, we didn't get it. Okay, cool. And I usually use the last one, so like this, in my opinion, would just be invalid. I won't really take the trade short, and there's a better reason to why, and I'll explain that now. So this is our supply zone, right? This would have been a beautiful setup, by the way, as well. But the reason why is because usually, say price does reject or whatever, and then it does whatever this is, and say it starts to come up, right? Who knows? Just because you're doing this, and then you get this sell, that like immediately won't just snap, or like that, or maybe just a bit lower and it's not, maybe you could be taking partials at that point, but who knows, like, rather than, because that's the previous price action, instead I would be looking for buys inside of here, maybe here, and obviously you can see this wick just went straight below, liquidated, right? So that invalidated the bias, but it also protected us, because we could have been looking for sales in here, let's say we didn't take the trade, and then obviously price comes in, and then it shows us our fractalized MB, and then we take it, and we take it to like this high, and we hit like a 1 to 6, right, and we're done for the day, right? So I'd rather be taking these high quality trades rather than this, even though this is valid as well, by the way. I just wouldn't risk it for the chocolate biscuit. I don't know why people say that. Pisses me off. I'm good. Yeah, I'm ending the video. Alright, peace out, motherfuckers. Yeah, buddy. Peace.